She told me, straight to my face. I need a man who can give me a future, not promises. 3 years. 3 years of my life, and that's the sentence she used to end it. 2 weeks later, she moved in with my boss's business partner. A man twice her age, with a house on the hill and a car that cost more than my yearly salary. She thought she had one. She had no idea that the same office, the same industry, the same small world we both worked in, would bring us face to face again. Only this time, I wasn't the guy answering to her. I was the guy she had to answer to. This is the story of how choosing money over love cost her everything. Stay till the end, because the final twist is something she never saw coming. Let's rewind. Every day, all over the world, people make a quiet decision without even realizing it. They decide what they value more, a person or a paycheck, loyalty or lifestyle. Most of the time, nobody notices this decision being made. It happens in small moments. A missed dinner because work came first. A birthday forgotten because a bonus mattered more. A relationship treated like an option instead of a priority. And here's the problem this story is really about. In workplaces, ambition can turn people into strangers. The same colleague who smiles at you in the morning meeting might be planning your downfall by lunchtime. The same partner who once said, "I'll never leave you," might leave the moment someone richer walks through the door. This isn't just a breakup story. It's a story about what happens when someone treats loyalty like a currency, spending it wherever the exchange rate looks better. And it's a reminder that karma doesn't always show up wearing a costume. Sometimes, karma wears a business suit and works 2 floors above you. My name in this story doesn't matter, so let's just call me Daniel. I was 26 when I met Ashley at a marketing firm downtown. She was sharp, funny, ambitious in a way that impressed me. I was a junior analyst. She was in client relations. We started as co-workers, grabbing coffee between meetings, and within 8 months, we were a couple. For the first year, things were good. Really good. We talked about apartments, about vacations, about a future that felt believable. But somewhere around year 2, something shifted. Ashley started talking more about money, not casually, but constantly. How much our coworkers made. How much the senior partners earned. How unfair it was that hard-working people like us were stuck at entry-level salaries while executives flew business class. I understood the frustration. I felt it too. But for Ashley, it slowly became an obsession. She stopped asking me how my day was and started asking what my year-end bonus looked like. She stopped talking about our future together and started talking about houses we couldn't afford, cars we didn't need, vacations we hadn't earned yet. I told myself it was a phase. I told myself she'd settle down once we were more stable. I was wrong. Here's the thing about ambition without patience. It doesn't wait for you to catch up. It looks for the fastest elevator to the top floor, even if that elevator has someone else's name on the button. And that's exactly what happened. The company we worked for was mid-sized, but it had ties to a much bigger firm through a business partnership. That's where Richard came in. Richard was 52, recently divorced, and one of the investors connected to our firm's biggest account. He wasn't our direct boss, but he had influence. The kind of influence that got people promoted, or quietly pushed out. Ashley was assigned to work closely with him on a new client project. At first, I thought nothing of it. It was just work. But the late nights got later. The work dinners became more frequent. And one evening, when I dropped by her desk to surprise her with coffee, I saw the way Richard looked at her, and worse, the way she smiled back. I confronted her that night. Not with anger, just with honesty. I asked her directly, "Is there something going on I should know about?" She didn't deny it the way I expected. Instead, she looked at me with something close to pity and said the words that ended everything. "Daniel, I need a man who can give me a future, not promises. You're a good person, but good isn't enough anymore." I remember standing there, stunned, waiting for her to laugh, to say she didn't mean it. She didn't. 2 weeks later, she moved out. 1 month later, she moved in with Richard. I won't pretend it didn't destroy me for a while. Losing someone is hard. Losing someone to money is a different kind of hard. It makes you question whether anything about the relationship was ever real, or if you were simply a placeholder until something better came along. For a few months, I threw myself into work. Partly to distract myself, partly because I genuinely had nothing else to focus on. I stopped going out. I stopped checking her social media, where she now posted pictures of designer bags and rooftop dinners with Richard. But something interesting happens when you stop chasing a relationship and start focusing on yourself. You grow, quietly, without even noticing it. I picked up new certifications. I volunteered for projects nobody else wanted. I started mentoring interns, which built relationships with senior leadership. Slowly, my work started getting noticed, not because I was trying to prove anything to Ashley, but because I finally had nothing left to lose, and that kind of freedom makes people fearless. 18 months later, our company merged with the larger firm that Richard was connected to. And when the merger happened, so did a wave of restructuring. I was offered a regional operations manager position. The department I would now be overseeing? Client relations. The same department Ashley worked in. I'll be honest, walking into that first department meeting was one of the strangest moments of my professional life. Ashley was sitting 3 seats away, and when she looked up and realized I was the one leading the meeting, her face went pale. I didn't gloat. I didn't bring up the past. I treated her exactly the way I treated every other employee, fairly, professionally, with zero personal bias. That was important to me. I wasn't there to get revenge. I was there to do my job well. But life has a strange sense of timing. A few months into my new role, an internal audit revealed inconsistencies in several client contracts, inflated numbers, questionable commission structures, and expense reports that didn't add up. As part of restructuring, I was required to review every case tied to those contracts. 2 names kept appearing together on the flagged files, Ashley's and Richard's. It turned out that Richard hadn't just influenced promotions, he had been quietly manipulating commission reports to inflate his and Ashley's bonuses for over a year, using shell client accounts and falsified deal values. Ashley wasn't just aware of it. She had helped process some of the paperwork herself, believing it was just aggressive business strategy, the same way Richard had convinced her. When the audit results were finalized, it wasn't my decision alone, it went to compliance and legal. But because it fell under my department, I was the one who had to deliver the news that both of their contracts were being terminated, pending further investigation. I remember sitting across from Ashley in that meeting room. The same woman who once told me she needed a man who could give her a future was now facing the very real possibility of a lawsuit, a ruined reputation, and unemployment in an industry where word travels fast. She didn't say much, just asked quietly, "Did you do this because of me?" I told her the truth. "No, Ashley. You did this to yourself. I just followed the numbers." Word spread fast, the way it always does in tightly connected industries. Richard's investment partners distanced themselves from him almost immediately. Nobody wants their name near a fraud investigation. His marriage prospects, his reputation, his standing in the business community, all of it unraveled within weeks. Ashley lost her job. Without Richard's financial cushion, and with her name now associated with a corporate fraud case, she struggled to find new work in the same city. I heard secondhand that she eventually moved back in with her parents while the investigation played out. The house on the hill, the vacations, the designer bags, all of it had been built on borrowed money and inflated numbers. None of it was real security. It was decoration on top of a decision she made for the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, my career kept moving forward. Not because I plotted anything. Not because I wanted revenge. But because I chose to build something real instead of chasing something fast. That's the part people miss about karma. It's rarely dramatic. It's rarely instant. Most of the time, it's just patience, watching people's own choices catch up to them, while you quietly become someone they no longer recognize. So, what's the real lesson here? It's not, get revenge on people who hurt you. Revenge wasn't the plan, it was never even the goal. The real lesson is simpler than that. When someone chooses money, status, or shortcuts over loyalty and character, they are almost always building on unstable ground. Ashley didn't lose everything because I made her lose it. She lost everything because the foundation she built her new life on was never solid to begin with. It was built on manipulation, dishonesty, and the belief that value can be measured only in dollars. And Daniel, the guy who got left behind, who felt like he wasn't enough, ended up more than enough. Not because he chased success to prove a point, but because he focused on becoming better instead of becoming bitter. That's the real difference between people who recover from betrayal and people who stay stuck in it. The ones who recover stop trying to win the argument with their past. They simply build a future so solid, the past stops mattering. Let's bring it all together. This was the story of a man who was told he wasn't enough, simply because he couldn't offer a fast path to money and status. It's the story of a woman who chose short-term gain over long-term loyalty, and watched that choice collapse under its own weight. And it's a reminder that karma isn't always loud or immediate. Sometimes, it just waits quietly, in the next office, in the next meeting, in the next chapter of your life. If you're going through something similar right now, if someone chose money, status, or someone else over you, remember this: their choice is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of theirs. Keep building. Keep growing. The right things and the right people are drawn to consistency, not desperation. If this story meant something to you, hit that subscribe button for more real-life workplace and revenge stories every week. And let me know in the comments, have you ever seen karma catch up with someone in real life? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.